Why do some realtors lock in new listings every single month with YouTube ads and others just burn cash and barely break even? It's not your budget, it's not even your market. After spending over 6 figures on YouTube ads for agents, I've cracked the code and found the system that helps top agents dominate their market with YouTube ads, and most realtors don't even know it exists. So in this video, I'm going to show you the formula step by step so you can steal it and land consistent listings every single month and even see a 10, 20, 30 times ROI within your first couple months running YouTube ads. So let's dive in. Now, the old way that most realtors are still running YouTube ads is they just have an ad, they send them straight to a landing page, and they just send them to a calendar page. Now, the reason this doesn't work is number one, you get a ton of low quality people who are just wanting your lead magnet. Usually it's like an ebook of some sort that you're still running, but I'm going to show you the new way basically where we're integrating cold traffic and warm audiences as well, integrating them with our YouTube ad, making sure we have an offer specific to our ICP, and then also integrating a pre-sale video as well. So by the time they actually book on you, number one, we're actually making sure that this person is qualified, and two, making sure that they've seen you multiple times, they're already nurtured, all of their objections are pre-handled before you actually reach out. And that's what I'm going to break down. Now, the first part to go over, let me just make this a little bit thicker. The first thing that you need to do when running your YouTube ads this new way is number one, develop think about who is your ICP. So ICP is ideal customer profile. This is basically who is my dream client? Who do I actually want to target with these ads? So for example, there's different sub niches. There's first time buyers, downsizers, upsizers, military relocation, stuff like that. First of all, come up with your ICP. Who are we actually targeting? Second, the most important part after the ICP is the offer. So what are we offering to these people? The offer is one of the biggest things in the ad. You can have the perfect ad script. You can be targeting the perfect audience, have a perfect funnel, have a perfect landing page, but you're not going to get any conversions, any opt-ins, anyone clicking on your ad showing interest if your offer is terrible, right? There's like, what I mean by terrible offer is something super generic, something that looks copy pasted and is not super specific, super valuable to your ICP. Now, the ways that you can come up with an offer is number one, you want to tailor it to your ICP. So if your ICP, if your ideal customer profile is a downsizer, make an offer, craft an offer focused on downsizers, but make sure it is extremely valuable. Put down all the points on, hey, what do downsizers want? What are the main pain points they have? What are their main desires that a downsizer wants, someone looking to downsize their home has? What are their main goals? What are they looking for, right? And come up with an offer so good that these people feel stupid not clicking on your ad. And when you take that frame, it's how basically you flip the script. Rather than being a commodity, you position yourself, your offer as, oh, this is so unique. This is exactly what I need. How does this realtor know exactly what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking about right now? It's because you understand the market. You've probably been doing this a while. If you're watching this, if you're an agent, and you understand what these people go through better than anyone else, better than they understand themselves. So when you're in that position, you can take the high ground, take the advantage you have, and give them so much value, super specific to them, where they feel that law of reciprocity. Hey, this person's giving me this. It would be stupid for me not to click on this, not to go put in my information. Now, once you have the offer, there's a couple different options you can do. I like a book, an ebook of some sort, a video training, but the main thing, it doesn't matter how you're conveying the value that you provide. All that matters is that what you're conveying actually is valuable, and you convey it in a way where it makes it seem like it's the all-in-one solution. And this is even before you ever write the YouTube ad. Now, this is the next step right here, which is the ad itself. Now, what I'm going to do is go to ChatGPT to write this ad with you, and we're going to basically make up a random realtor, a random ICP, and write a specific ad to that. So let's say we're in Chicago and we're going after downsizers. So what we'll do is we'll say, hey, I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor in Chicago, and my main client I like working with is seniors who are looking to downsize their homes because they can't walk up many stairs and can't keep up with the maintenance. Now the more that you can know about your ICP, the more that you tell ChatGPT about it, like their pain points, their desires, all that stuff, the better the script is going to be. So they want a home, so their desire, they want a home that fits their lifestyle, but also want a quick and easy move with as little stress as possible. So I could be wrong because I'm not a realtor. You're the expert here, but I'm guessing a lot of these downsizers, what they want, they don't necessarily care. Yeah, they want as much money as possible, but a lot of them probably just want a quick and easy move, stress free. They're probably getting to that point in their life where they're just kind of ready for a change, and they just want someone to help them do that. So I'm just gonna say for this example, and I would say for sure though, get more specific than even this, and tell the ChatGPT, put down exactly, hey, what this person's pain points are, what their desires are, what they're looking for, if they tried in the past, and do all of that. We're going to run a YouTube ad to these people, to get them to opt in for our ebook. And I want you to write me a script for this ad that is going to interrupt their video on YouTube, and within the first 5 seconds grab their attention, almost like forcing their head to watch the video because of how good and relevant the hook of the ad is. Now, first, when I say hook, a lot of you guys probably know, but there's 3 parts to a great ad. There is the hook, that's the first 5 seconds or so. There is the body, which is basically the meat of the ad, like what we're actually offering, what's unique, and then there's the call to action or the close at the end, kind of tying it all together. So now that you know that, let me go back to it. The hook is the most important part though. You need to put at least 80% of your time and energy into writing the hooks. This is what Alex Hormozi, Gary Vee, all these big guys say, is spend 80% of your time on the hook. That's the most important part. And same for these videos as well. My YouTube videos, I put a lot of time into the first 10-15 seconds because that's what people are going to see before they decide if this is something even relevant to them or if they should go just on with their day, because time is the most valuable asset. So you need to make sure you're conveying why this is worth someone's time. So we're putting emphasis on the hook. So now we have that. The next part, and you see even like almost like forcing their head to watch the video because of how good and relevant the hook is to them. Now, the body of the ad, we're going to just break it down into 3 steps. The body of the ad will position our offer, an ebook, to these people, to these seniors, as valuable and different to what they've ever tried in the past, that makes them feel as if they need to click through and put in their information. The close / call to action will tie it all together, and again reinforce that we know exactly what position they're in, and this is the perfect solution, the ebook, to help them and avoid all the pain they're thinking of. And then what I always like doing as well, the goal of it, the entire goal is getting serious and qualified downsizers to enter our funnel and put in their information and answer questions about their home. We're trying to get as many listings as possible. Now this is a really good mark for the ad. Now we're going to do the length should be 130 to 2 minutes long. That's the sweet spot I found. I know a lot of agents tell me, oh, how is a 2-minute ad is way too long. It's like, have you gone and tested that? Like, they're trying to tell me what ad is too long when they've never ran an ad before. It's like a lot of people, the big problem is people are so ignorant that they think they already know what's right without testing. I've tested every single type of ad, and I found a 1 minute 30 to 2 minute ish ad works the best, because that also it's a good mix of engagement. You're getting retention. It's not super long where they're dropping off, but it's also long enough where it's not just bringing in anyone looking for a hit of dopamine and just wants to click on something, right? A 2-minute long ad is going to bring in someone who has intent and is actually more serious than if they were just scrolling and they saw a 15-second ad, right? Anyone can go click on that. Anyone can make that ad. And that's also how you position yourself as a commodity if you're just doing a 15-second ad like every other agent does. So quick little rant right there. But now we're going to go through this. And if you do want this exact script, just comment below, like script or ChatGPT, whatever, and I'll just send this entire thing over if you want it. Now, let's see. So still live in a home with too many stairs, too much upkeep, more stress than you can handle. See right there, like see this hook right here. If you were a downsizer, if you're thinking of downsizing, still living in a home with too many stairs, too much upkeep, more stress than you can handle. If you're over 55 thinking about downsizing, Chicago, stop scrolling. This is for you. Like, look at how strong this hook is. Like, anyone who's looking to downsize is over 55 is 100% going to click on this. Now, I don't think you're not able to say, like, mention ages, so I would take over 55 out. I'm not even sure if you can mention seniors as a specific, because I've never done a downsizing ad before, but it's like, it would be something like this. But see how strong it is. It calls out literally exactly who this is for. And then I put together a free guide for seniors looking to downsize. I'm just going through it. Tell me it feels like a weight lifted off their shoulders. Exactly. So this is the ad right here. This is what you want. You want to add like this where it feels so relevant to their situation. It feels like it's exactly what they need, and they would almost feel stupid not clicking on this ad. They feel that the cost of them not going through, not taking the time out of their day to watch this ad, to click the button, go to your landing page, and go put in as much information as you ask would be greater than them not doing anything at all, which is why you need to have a super strong ad like this. So now we have the ad there. What the next step is the landing page. Now I'm just going to break down the formula for a landing page right here. There's really a few main key things that are going to make the biggest difference with your landing page. Number one is you need to make sure it's optimized for mobile. So 80% of your traffic, or even 90% of the traffic I see for the agents I work with and run ads for, is most of it comes from mobile people on their phones. So when you're on a landing page, you need to see what it looks like on mobile, because that's where most of the conversions come from. Even I've made the mistake before, a long time ago back when I was starting, is I make an amazing looking landing page and like, oh, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden I spend $300, doesn't get a single person opting in. And I go look at it on a mobile and it's like, oh, it looks all funky. The text is 20,000 sizes too big, and it's like, oh, of course they didn't opt in because it looks just like a scam, right? So make sure you're checking it on mobile. The second thing is clear call to action. You want them to have one specific action to take on the entire landing page. So your landing page shouldn't be, here's my landing page right here. You shouldn't have a button right here, home, about us, testimonials, results, your phone number right here, right? It shouldn't be any of that, because that's just a website. That's what a lot of agents do. That's why your ads don't get any conversions. What it should be is a headline, a sub headline right here. You should have a picture of your lead magnet, so your lead magnet right here, and then you should have the form to opt in. So this is the form, but you can see right when they go on the landing page, the clear step is all going to be on this form. This is the most important part of it. Try to make a star there. The form is the most important part. Make it super clear to the form, and then the last part as well is congruent. So congruency is super important, because if your ad is about downsizers and then your landing page says something a little different, that's not something you specifically said in the ad, they're gonna be like, oh, they're looking for any reason to get off your landing page. So if you give them a reason to, they're not gonna click on it. But if you make your ad clear, if you make your landing page literally just repeat what you said in the ad, then they're going to click on it, right? Because you built up enough curiosity, enough value in the ad that they're going to go put in their information. But again, we're in a trust recession. People are looking for any reason possible to not put their information in, to not give it out, right? But if you do this right, what you can do is you can ask multiple different questions on this form. You can ask their timeline. You can ask what they think their home's worth. You can ask if they're working with an agent. Rather than just getting their phone number, their phone, email, name, like a lot of people do, is you can get all this other stuff, their address. You can get all this sort of stuff. It's all about how good your ad is, how relevant it is to their pain point, specifically how good your landing page is. Which is why, like, I had a call with an agent a month or two ago, and he was just getting people's emails. and he was still not getting opt-ins. That's how you know the offer on your ad is not great, because you're not building up enough value for them to even put in their email in the first place, which is ridiculous. And what I always start with, I like getting address, name, number, email, all that sort of stuff at a minimum. But I also add timeline for a lot of clients and stuff like that. But it's all about building enough trust, building enough curiosity in this ad where you're building enough value, where they feel like they need to go put in their information and they're willing to answer whatever questions you have. And that's also going to improve the lead quality, which is why the old way, you just send them to a landing page, you get their name, phone number, you still get tire kickers coming through. Whereas if you add multiple questions and you build up the value, this is where you get qualified leads on this landing page. Now, after you have the landing page, what you're gonna do then is you're gonna send them to a pre-sell video. So I already touched on this a little earlier, but the pre-sell video is basically what it is. It can be however long you want it to be. The whole goal of it, and how I developed this concept, or I didn't develop it, but looking at all these other industries, you can call them VSLs, video sales letters. All of these, every single industry uses them, except I see local service businesses, specifically realtors. Now, what a VSL does, or what a pre-sale video basically does, is it pre-handles all of the common objections that these people would have. So for this example, what are the common objections that someone looking to downsize their home in Chicago would have, right? Think about that. And we can even just go, list all of the common objections someone looking to downsize their home would have to a realtor. And let's just see. We need all the money. Can we just sell it ourselves? All that sort of stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just a hack right here for pre-handling all these objections, which is basically, it's going to make your life so much easier. By the time you speak with someone, if they go through this video, we're going to basically pre-handle all of their objections. Maybe we're not going to go through 30 million like ChatGPT is giving me, but what I want you to do is take the most relevant and put it into a video form that feels like a conversation, but is also not salesy at all. That's a big thing. A lot of agents are salesy. They come across as just salesy. Oh, this person's obviously trying to get your business, and they're not going to go through, they're not going to trust you, but also not salesy. We just want to as much trust as possible, and this video should feel like a genuine friend conversation. And here's exactly, and this is not going to be a YouTube ad. This is going to be the pre-sale video on the back end. ChatGPT just thinks this is a YouTube ad. And still, even though with this video, you still do need a hook. So you see, and you're basically hitting all of the pain points. So let me just clarify. This is not an ad. This is on the back end to warm these people up and pre-sell them before we ever speak, so they don't have any objections on our appointment. Yeah, and a big thing with ChatGPT as well, a cheat code for you guys is you just need, if you prompt it the right way, it's literally life changing. Like, you just prompt it the right way, just tell it what you want, and it's going to give it to you. Right? And basically what you're doing is literally just telling them all of the common objections. And then what I would even do is get more into the weeds a bit, provide more value. I would tell ChatGPT to do that. But this video, you kind of get the gist of it. Pre-handle all of the common objections that these people have, and just go all in on that, and make sure by the time they get on the call with you, by the time you even reach out to them, they're already going to know who you are, why you're calling, and they're going to know all the value that you can provide, and they're not going to have many objections because you literally pre-handled all of them. Now, after that, that's where we can have the calendar, where you can get them to just go book directly in your calendar. This is pretty straightforward. All this page looks like is literally, you just have your calendar. You can have a little headline above it as well. Hey, book your free downsizing strategy call. Right? And you're going to get people booking directly on your calendar, but only after we've found our ICP, we gave them an offer so good they feel stupid saying no, we conveyed the message in the ad with a specific emphasis on the hook. We have a landing page that's optimized for mobile, has a clear call to action, and is congruent with the ad. We send them to the pre-sale video that pre-handles all of their possible objections that they have about selling their home, about downsizing in this current market. Go over interest rates, touch on all that stuff. What am I going to do after I sell my home? How am I going to find my next home? Go through all of that, pre-handle all of that, and they're just going to book directly on your calendar, which is basically like a referral. They already know, like, and trust you, and they're pretty much ready to go. Now that's pretty much the entire funnel right there. You can see the pre-sale video, the calendar. Now what I want to talk about lastly is the audience. So there's two different ways that you can, two different audiences that you can go with your ad. There's warm and there's cold. So a warm audience is someone who's already familiar with you. Think someone who viewed your website, viewed your YouTube channel, watched your video, your database. You can upload a list. What you do with those people, those are the lowest hanging fruit because they're people who are already familiar with you. So if you can just get in front of the people who already know you, the chances of them converting is going to be much higher because you already have some level of trust built with them. And a lot of those people, a lot of times all you need to do is just get an offer in front of them, and they're going to end up converting, or at the minimum they're going to see you more and more. So by the time they do need to sell their home, they're going to obviously reach out to you because you're the one that's been providing them value this entire time. They've seen your ad 24/7. So don't neglect the audience that you already have. You put so much time and money and work into building this warm audience, building your network, so don't neglect them. And then the other side of it is cold. Now, this is new people. Now, what you would do if we're going after downsizers, you need to think about what is our ICP. For downsizers, what I would do is I would do homeowners, so someone who owns a home, and this is in interest and detailed demographics in the Google Ads Manager. I can walk you through that, but it's super simple. There's homeowners, and then what I would do is a custom segment, and I would do keywords around downsizing. So keywords around downsizing, pretty straightforward, right? But anyone searching up, hey, I need a smaller home, how to downsize my home, smaller homes near me, I need to move, stuff like that. We're going to target someone who owns a home and is looking up keywords around downsizing, and that's how we can hit all the angles, hit the warm audience who already knows us, get them to watch our ad, get them in our funnel, and then also the cold audience as well, but making sure we're still targeting it to someone who is our exact ICP, and then building that trust with them by having an ad that speaks directly to them. And that's exactly how you're going to do it. And the last part I want to go over, what really separates a lot of the agents who fail with YouTube ads from maybe making a couple $1,000s, couple $100,000 GCI to multi 7 figures with it, is integrating what is retargeting. So what you can do after you have a bit of data, I would say at least 100 conversions come through, more like 100 to 150. What you can do then is everyone who's watched your initial ad, anyone who's converted, anyone who's been to your landing page but maybe hasn't converted, what you do is you create a custom list of those people and just retarget them specifically with a separate ad, but the call to action in this ad is to book a call, right? And what you can do with this ad, book a call. Because you've already offered them this value. If they've consumed it, they've already seen you over and over. Maybe they don't want the lead magnet. Maybe they've got it. They got value from it. But now you prompt them to go book a call, and it's better to do to a warm audience who already knows you because they're already familiar with you. They have that trust, and they're a lot more likely to go and book a call directly on your calendar. And that's how you tie it all together. Retargeting is something you need to do, and I honestly slept on it for a while. But it's like you're paying all this money, you're building up this audience, so why would you not leverage it? And you can do like a $1 per every 100 or every 1,000 people you have that you're retargeting, but just make sure you have at least 150, 200 people in your database or in your custom audience before you retarget. Otherwise, it's not going to have enough data. But with this entire strategy, with the ICP, when you nail in on that, your offer, you have an ad that speaks to them, the landing page, you pre-sell all of them, you get them to book on your calendar. From there, you're already going to be able to get 1 or 2, 3 extra listings every single month. But also, if you include retargeting, that's how you can add multi 6 figures to your business every single year just from this pillar. This is just a pillar in your business. Keep doing the things you're already doing, but build this infrastructure and have this in place where you're constantly just basically automating all of the listings that you're getting, right? And so I gave you all this, you can go set it up yourself, but I sell implementation, not information. If at any point you do want me to go set this up for you, check the first link in the description below and book a call with me. Other than that, I really appreciate you watching. Go check out the video on the screen next.